Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Results Driven Student Spotlight. So, for those of you guys who don't know Results Driven or who we are, what we do, here at Results Driven, we're focused on creating a predictable experience through an accountability with an industry leading process to produce game changing leaders and get results. So, if you're interested in hearing more information about some of the programs that we have offered, then please DM me either at Josh High Official on Instagram or Josh High on Facebook. So today I'm extremely excited to bring to you guys Neil and Tyson and really share with you guys some of the things that they've changed in their business and some of the success that they've had. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce to you guys Tyson and Neil. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Oh man, we're doing great. We're doing great. How are you guys doing? Sounds like you guys are kicking off Q1 with a bang.
Yes, sir. Got to get to it. We got to. No
Nice,
other
man.
option.
Nice, man. Well, we're excited to have you guys on and really to really set the stage here. Can you guys share with everyone? I mean, you guys were out in Columbus. What was that, back in October? Was it October
Right.
you guys were out here?
Yep.
So can you talk a little bit about what your business looked like and really where you guys were at that point in time and then kind of where you are today?
Okay. I'll kind of talk a little bit about it. So, back in October, we was going through like a major transition, and the reason why I say that because back in October, I had recently split an old partnership up, and then back then, we had a small acquisition team. We had two acquisitions at a time. We had like a dispo JV person going on, but the biggest thing back in October, we were lacking like results, right? We were lacking consistency. We were lacking accountability. So with us going to the event in October, that kind of brought everything together, right? So right now, our organization, it has me, Neil, and we have two other acquisitions that's starting, and then that's kind of where we at right now.
Nice, man. So what were some of the key takeaways? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I remember we've been talking quite a
yeah,
bit before we were able to get you guys out to the 2 day.
yeah.
And that was really a game changing event for you guys. What were, just a couple of key takeaways from that event that really changed the game for you?
I'll answer this one. I think so. There were a lot, right? We joined the small group, so we got a lot of benefits. But I would say immediately, we saw returns on investment from you guys' process and offer call script. Because it's literally we the 2 day was Monday, Tuesday. We got back. I want to say maybe Wednesday, and I had a lead call me from. It was a follow up. So this was back in October. So the lady, I talked to her back in May, and she just remembered me. So she followed up. She's like, "We're ready to sell now," and it was a perfect opportunity for me to try out the process and offer script for the first time. So that was literally that Wednesday. So I talked to her that day. She was extremely motivated. She was ready to go. Use the process and offer script. We were able to lock up that contract for 185,000, and I know we did. It ended up selling for like a $91,000 assignment fee.
Holy smokes, 91K. Hey,
Yeah,
not too bad for your first call after the event, man.
That's
yeah,
correct. Just
That's
to
insane.
we did at the time. This was in October, so we were literally starting a new company. So we didn't have dispo in place. So we did JV with another company to actually dispo the deal. So we
Okay.
didn't walk away with 91, but that was the total spread that we
yeah.
negotiated.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, in Tyson, you were talking a little bit about how you guys had a lack of accountability, um, mostly due to not having a process lined out. And from what it sounds like, Neil, you're saying having the process call, having that sales process in place, that's what really gave you guys the accountability and really the scalability too. It sounds like you guys have added to the team since then. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, yep,
Awesome.
yep.
So from a leadership and a coaching perspective, how has implementing that process in particular, how's that helped you guys?
It's helped tremendously. And I'll just give you an example. The reason why I always tell new guys this, when because Neil been with me probably going on 2 years now, but I remember specifically like in the summer, he asked me like Tyson, like, if I truly want to make 100 grand with the U.S. company, how do I do that? And at the time, I know I told him an answer, but I wasn't really like I know I probably didn't give him the right answer that I was supposed to give, right? So fast track it to now, like we have all the systems and we have all the processes in place to give people the opportunity to set their own KPIs based on how much they want to make and things like that. So for a leadership perspective, it just gave us a lot of accountability based on like KPIs and numbers and things like that. So I think it helped a lot for sure.
I would
Gotcha.
also
Okay.
I would also add that it gave us like peace of mind, right?
Yeah.
As a business owner, like your mind's all over the place typically, and to be able to pull up a spreadsheet and see exactly what's happening in your business at any given moment, at any given place, at any given time, I think that's a game changer, and that's something that was missing. But I know that now that we have that, it's like you can always easily just know where you're at, and then you can tweak and make those adjustments like very fast when you identify based off of like previous day's performance or something like that.
Oh yeah. You bring up a great point. And I was just talking to someone earlier today about this. So many people in real estate, they don't track metrics. They don't know their conversions. And because they don't know their conversions, they can't make confident decisions. And we get stuck in this state of indecision or analysis paralysis. And I always relate this to, if I was a pilot and I was flying a plane from here in Columbus to Hawaii and I didn't have a compass, and there's a good chance I'm going to not ever land in Hawaii. I mean, who knows where I could land, but we're almost flying blind at that point. And we don't have a true pulse on our metrics, when we don't know or understand our conversions and we can't make confident decisions in our business, we're no different. We're flying blind. How can we ever plan on reaching our destination as an organization if we are not tracking these things, if we can't make these pivots and adjustments on the fly? So, I mean, that's huge. That's awesome to hear. So where are you guys today? I mean, I know Q1 stacked up here. Talk about, you've already shared the team, but what's some of the results that you guys are having in your business today, and really where do you see yourselves going from here?
You got it, man.
Well, some of the results for the month of January, we've already closed $40,000 in revenue.
Nice.
And we have 65,000 pending to close before the month's end. That's just 2 deals. So one of them is like a projected profit 50, and then another one is 15. So we get both of those closed by the end of the month, and we'll have a 6-figure month. Where we headed, for us, me and Tyson would both agree that we just wanted to see results consistently. For us, it's not about hitting, because we've hit 6-figure months before. The biggest thing is, how can we hit 6-figure months every single month? Mm-hmm. How can we do this, for 2 years straight? How can we do this for 3 years straight? Like, that's literally how we think. So for us, it's just about sustaining this growth so that it can, translate into long-term like success. Now we are operating on a virtual model right now. So we see like in Q2 us going into an office, building a team, and just continuing to just grow and change lives, and help our sales people make as much money as they can for their families, and that's literally where we see ourselves.
Nice, man. So what is the driving force behind the decision to move from a virtual model to in office? And the reason why I ask this is because people always push back on us. Like a lot of people get into real estate because they want time freedom, and they think that building a virtual team is really what's going to allow you to do that. But they don't understand when you do a virtual team, it's more energy, it's more management, it's more call recordings, it's more, all of that kind of stuff. So can you share with everyone, what your thought process is there?
I'll let you go. I'll let you answer, Tyson. But the one word is culture. It's culture.
And Tyson, you want to elaborate on that a little more?
Yeah. So essentially, what Neil said, culture, right? Because we were listening to one video that you were talking about, where culture kind of draws results. So that's kind of what we're looking for us to hone in on the culture, and then for that culture to ultimately drive results to hit our goals. So culture, core values, all that stuff, that's really important for sure. And then I also, like a management perspective, it's probably going to be a little bit more easier to manage, I would say, as well.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I give this example all the time. When I'm in the office, and let's just say, I'm working over at my computer, but I overhear a conversation, and you can tell when a conversation is going good or when it's going bad. So one, I can hop in, or my sales managers can hop in and we can now coach them up on that call. Or even after that call, we can pull them aside and say, hey, what happened on that? Let's go listen to it. And now all of a sudden, instead of that mistake becoming a bad habit that isn't just one lost opportunity, but it turns into 10, 20, or even 50 lost opportunities. And that's really hard to overcome. And that's what you see a lot with virtual teams is they're not able to hear those bad habits, those mistakes. And that comes at the cost of opportunity down the road. So I tell everyone all the time, if I hear that one mistake, I can go address it immediately. But if I have a virtual team, I don't overhear that conversation. So what I have to go do now is listen to every single conversation every day just to catch that one mistake. So yeah, I mean, that's awesome. And the whole culture piece too. I mean, you guys know we preach culture all the time. And I 100% agree. Our culture, the standards, the core values, the things in which we live by is then going to drive the behavior, right? And that behavior will then drive the results that we want in our business. So I'm excited to hear you guys are making that transition. As we're wrapping up here, I would like to ask you guys, for someone who was in your shoes 3 months ago, back in October, what advice would you have for them knowing what you know now?
So for me, I would say number one, I would say definitely join small group. Number two, I would say implement everything that they talk about. Because I feel like a lot of times people want to pick and choose what they want to implement,
Yep.
and they want to say, "Hey, I want to take his process call, but I want to leave his offer call out." I feel like implement everything, and then I feel like you will see the results that you really need. Because if you pick and choose what you want, then I don't think it's gonna intertwine. I don't think it's gonna mingle. So my biggest thing is get the information, get in a small group, but also just implement everything, not just pick and choose anything. That's what I would say.
Interesting. So you're saying, one of the things for your guy, that you think contributed to your success here recently is that not only did you come out to the 2-day, not only did you jump into small group, but you took everything that you knew and you're like, okay, listen, I know that this system and this process, it works. So whatever we were doing isn't working. Let's scrap that and let's 100% just stick to this to the T. And that's where you started getting results.
Yeah, I would say guaranteed because believe it or not, so before I came out to the 2-day event, I closed probably 50 to 100 transactions already, right? So I kind of when I got the process call, offer call, I was like, man, I'm just gonna train my team on it, but I'm really just gonna do it my way because I've been closing deals. But as I started training them on it, I realized like I had to put my pride to the side. I was like, man, this is a really good process. And I feel like if I'm going to coach him on it, I got to be doing it as well. So I just realized from then on out, everything that y'all had, I was just going to take it and just implement it. Everything I knew, hey, just put it to the side, honestly.
Nice, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Neil, what about you, man? You got any advice for anyone who's sitting in that position where you guys were just a few months ago?
I would definitely say, again, like me and Tyson, before we joined, before we decided to do the 2-day, we both had followed you for a while. And we would talk about your Instagram posts daily, like in the office, and we were like, suggesting, hinting that we should probably go and get this information. But certain things had to happen in order for us to actually pull the trigger on it. But ultimately, I think for anybody that was going through that situation, I think doing exactly what we did and just getting help from you guys specifically, but any trusted mentor that's actually has the results to to show for themselves. Like you don't want to just go with anybody that you see online, because there are tons of people that don't necessarily always practice what they preach.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I can tell that you and Tiffany are the real deal. I like the idea that Tiffany had came from like a corporate background, so the corporate structure mixed with, you just don't hear people talking about real estate companies in that way.
Right.
And I think that that was kind of one of the selling pieces for me. But again, to answer the question, I think leaning heavily on mentors, people that have experienced what you've gone through to some effect at some point in their life, and just getting that information so that you can bridge the gap. You talk about gapology and just figuring out how to bridge those holes in your company. And I think for us, we were able to fill in all those gaps by just getting mentorship and advice from people that have done it before.
Take. take the whole modeling concept, right? Someone who's doing what you want at the level in which you want to do it at, mimic what they do, right? And then you should get the results that they get. A tested, proven system, a tested, proven process to get results. That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you guys even saying kind things about our program and how we operate, and really grateful for you guys too. Excited to see the results and the success that you guys are having. Really appreciative that you guys are even willing to hop on and share it with everyone here. So I do appreciate it again, guys. And we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So, for everyone that's watching this, Neil and Tyson, again, seeing a lot of success right now. And some of the key takeaways from this that, I'm even taking away is, put your ego to the side. If you're facing challenges and you truly want to grow and develop, put your ego to the side and go seek out the guidance from someone else who's already doing it at a high level. So again, appreciate you guys and everyone else who's watching. Thanks for tuning in. And we will see you guys next week on our next Student Spotlight.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good one.